After 4 years of Eisenhower's modern republicanism, voters will express their approval or disapproval of his governance as the Cold War heats up. Eisenhower, the incumbent president, must avoid rocking the boat and assuage any remaining health concerns. Stevenson must learn from the mistakes of 1952 while convincing the public to turn away from a popular president. Select your candidate. Hello everybody, welcome back to the video, and today I'm going to be playing the new campaign trail, 1956 edition. Okay, so we're going to be running as Eisenhower again. Dwight Eisenhower is the incumbent president and former general in World War II. Eisenhower's war hero image and Truman's unpopularity propelled the Republican to a smashing victory in 1952. He is generally governed in a moderate direction and is seen favorably by the public. However, he suffered a heart attack in 1955 that has raised eyebrows. First and foremost, Eisenhower must demonstrate to voters he still has the physical fitness at age 66 to serve another 4 years. At the same time, he should delegate his harshest attacks to his surrogates to appear above the partisan fray. But the election begins is his to lose, given his popularity and foreign policy expertise. Select your running mate. Yeah, we're just going to keep Nixon. Richard Nixon is the incumbent vice president and former senator from California. After his victory in the 1950 California Senate election, he was chosen as Eisenhower's running mate in 1952. Became embroiled in a secret fund scandal during the campaign, but his checker speech restored both Ike and America's confidence in him. He has been deployed as an attack dog and is generally considered to be a staunch conservative. Nixon's liabilities in 1956 are notable. Liberals think he's too conservative, conservatives think he's too liberal, and most voters don't like him, but the GOP rank and file, besides Harold Stassen, are behind the man they call Dick. Eisenhower has his reservations about him, yet it seems doing anything but renominating Nixon will cause controversy. Okay, so I do want to say this, which is in the original video, the 1952 video, I said that I thought that one point, the secret fund was for the checker speech. And it was. That's what it was. I was wrong on that. And I will admit I was wrong. So we're going to renominate Nixon. Congratulations. As expected, you've been nominated for a second term at the Republican National Convention. So you take the stage at Cow Palace. What will you hone in on? Let's just say I'll continue doing what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good lead. As expected, the Democrats have nominated Adlai Stevenson again, making this election a rematch from 4 years ago. How much will you attack at all? I'm going to delegate most of the attacks to my vice president. I will criticize Stevenson here and there, but I can't ruin the Americans' perception of me. Let's focus on our own name recognition. Stevenson is now an easily undeniable figure in the public. Despite your claims, this election is a referendum on your administration, however. Okay. Though some murmurs of Nixon's removal went about, the vice president was nominated with only one dissenting vote. What will you say, you and the rest of the campaign, say about Nixon? Nixon has been my loyal lieutenant since 1952, and his stumping will be crucial in swing states this fall. I'm glad to appear on the ballot with him. Your heart attack in September 1955 raised many questions about your physical fitness, how you ensure voters that you are, at age 66, healthy enough to serve another 4 years. Okay. This is my biggest obstacle to re-election, and I will treat it accordingly. We shall meet Americans where they live, giving speeches all over the country. I really want to dazzle the public. Yeah, let's not address this. Stevenson won't touch this issue with a 10-foot pole, but the health of the president will linger in the minds of some during the campaign. Okay. Farm prices look to be a major talking point in this election, and since your opponent has attacked you mercilessly for it, what's your stance? Both sides of the debate will make their own proposals, but the healthiest balance are price supports that are not too high, yet not too low. 86% of clarity is what farmers need. The thing creating all problems is the big government approach of strict price supports that cause depressing surpluses. The free market is the best suited to tackle this. What is happening to our farmers is a national disgrace. What is the stance of farms? Farm subsidies. Okay, so most people want to either expand. Let's give a number. Let's give. This is probably the best you can do on the topic, all things considered. Rumors have swirled in Washington that your administration is considering suspending tests of the H-bomb. Where do you stand on the question of atomic bomb testing? Is this an issue? It doesn't really appear to be an issue. Unfortunately, we have lost some votes. We're not as good. Let's go with that. Fracturing the opposition's unity always helps. Okay. What was your opinion on the Supreme Court ruling Brown v. Board of Education, which outlawed segregation in schools? I believe he supported this. I support this ruling and believe it is a good thing for America. This was true in the South, but we were not doing that well anyway. In 1952, you used television advertisements to advertise yourself to the voters. What will you do in this regard in 1956? I think we will have a real shot with a college-educated man this time around. Let's emphasize the economy and contrast that with hard times. We want this to be a referendum, after all. Yeah, let's make this a referendum on us. We're a popular incumbent. You know what? Let's cut an ad asking women why they're sticking with Ike. Okay. How often do you plan on referencing former President Truman and his administration? A little bit here and there, mainly to demonstrate how successful my government has been. You're following a political truism for incumbents do no harm. Okay. In 1954, you signed a law massively expanding the Social Security system. In general, what are your views on Social Security? I support the system as it stands today. Let's go with that. Social Security is something that people don't really want to touch with a 10-foot pole in an election, so let's go with that. All right. Your campaign has reported surplus funds this month, and your advertisers want to know where to spend the remaining cash. What region do you want to focus on? Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is pretty sharply in our category. Let's spend some money in the South. Domestic communism was once thought to be a major focal point of this election, but the fall of Joseph McCarthy has blunted that. Nevertheless, your opponent has largely refused to criticize Truman's handling of the Hiss case. What do you have to say? Okay. Splendid job. Okay. All right. Will you keep the selective service draft system given recent attacks? Yeah, let's go with that. Way to defend your administration's policies. A number of your advisors are significantly wealthy, summarized in the liberal cry of 8 millionaires and a plumber, representing your cabinet. Do you plan on changing any of your favorable policies towards businesses to assuage voters? Okay. Okay. Let's highlight that. Could be worse, right? You're due to give your first major address on election over the radio and TV tonight in Kentucky. Okay. Oh man, that hurt us some. Okay. Korean War ended in 1953, but it was hailed as a major accomplishment of your leadership. How often will you mention your success on this front? Let's cut some ads. Huzzah! Peace, prosperity, and progress under Ike. Inflation is reaching concerning levels, causing unprecedented rises in the cost of living. What is your comment? Okay. There's no reason to panic yet. Okay. In Los Angeles, Stevenson upped his attack on your administration and even labeled you as a part-time shadow president. No response. Okay. The conservative wing of your party has gained traction in your party in recent years, and everyone remembers the rise of McCarthy, who fits in your picture of the modern Republican Party. I need the help of every Republican I can get to pass legislation. If that means Joe McCarthy and Barry Goldwater are on the tent, so be it. There's 40 state Republican parties that have the authority to say that. The president can't go around saying so-and-so is a Republican or not. I welcome all the Republicans currently in my party with open arms, liberal or conservative. Okay. This is a lot further than you've... Okay. Trying to make a good bi-party thing. Escalation of tensions in the Suez region and Hungary have sparked some of your advisors to call for a suspension of campaigning until election day. Well, you do. I will suspend campaigning. Your play was successful. Stevenson has agreed to suspend campaigning in a show of bipartisanship. Alrighty. That's good. That's good. Okay. Soviet Premier Nikolai Bulganin has sent a letter to the U.S. Embassy calling for an immediate end to testing of atomic bombs. Will any consideration be given to this? This is a welcome step by the Soviet Union, and I would support negotiations with them after this election. I would support negotiations with them on this. My opponent are in agreement. What's the opinion on this? Cold War isn't really a thing. Foreign policy. Okay. So welcome step by the Soviet Union. Man, okay, that's not good. Luckily, it didn't sink us too much in the polls. Okay. There's been news of an uprising in Hungary. The Soviets are attempting to quell the uprising with military force. What do you have to say about this? Now is not time for political statements. I'm monitoring the situation closely, of course, but it's best if I don't make any rash comments or decisions with such quick developments. Okay. Another foreign policy has struck. Israel has invaded Egypt with the help of Britain and France. What is your response? Soviets have crushed the uprising in Hungary after days of fierce fighting. How will you calm the country over the growing rift in American-USSR relations? I will meet with a bipartisan group of congressmen. Bipartisanship is always a good way to address a crisis in the voters' view. Yeah, all right. That's helped us out a lot. As the election enters its closing hours, which state would you like to focus your resources on last? Minnesota. Yeah, let's go for Minnesota. Why not? Best of luck, Mr. President. Icons, it's a big win. So, let's watch as the votes come in. No big controversies this time. I think I did pretty well. And boom. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Also, it's funny that we have a quote from Adlai Stevenson II, who's our opponent in this election. Okay. Yeah, we've easily won this. Congratulations, you've won this year's election. Click OK to view the rest of the returns or skip straight to the final results. We hope you have a nice victory speech prepared for your supporters. Congratulations, you have won the 1956 election. America still likes Ike. Your modern republicanism has again been given a moderate to govern, although you could turn in a more conservative direction given the rise of that group in your party. You must now try your best to cool the red-hot relationship between America and the USSR while not caving to communist demands. Unfortunately for you, Democrats have retained their, albeit slim, congressional majorities and may force you to compromise on some issues. Perhaps you can pass some transformational bills while working with them on civil rights. For instance, this will undoubtedly be your last run for public office, and you can handpick your Republican successor to compete in the 1960 election. Good luck, Mr. President. Oh, look at that map. That is a beautiful map. Also, yes, we did lose Minnesota. But that is a beautiful map right there. Overall results, details. Yeah, so we did slightly worse this game, but we still got a massive landslide victory. But seriously, look at that. Look at that map. That's a beautiful red map right there. Anyway, that's it for this video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.